if people are getting notifications or not. But if you're here already and you haven't liked the stream, make sure you go ahead and do so. All right? Go ahead and do so. I don't know if I'm being shadow banned on Twitter or something. I'm on timeout. But everybody that's here, shout out to y'all. We're going to talk about a topic that was inspired from, and I hope there's no buffering. That's the one thing I don't need is buffering. By who you're seeing in the photo, that's Amara La Negra. Okay? She posted, let me get the tweet here. She posted a tweet basically saying, does she have to go the whole way in order to get attention for her career? And we all know that she's referring to getting that attention from men. Because are women out supporting hoes? Probably. They probably are, you just never know. This day and age, things are just a lot crazier. But this is what she had posted. And we're going to get into that. But make sure that y'all like the stream. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here in the stream. Salute to the moderators. Salute to the channel members. You can also join the channel by clicking the join button. It's just that simple if you want to support the channel monthly. Shout out to the people that support me on Patreon. Shout out to the people that donate to me when I'm not even making videos or live, That's cool. That's cool to see. All right. And hold on. Clear this out. Clear some of this up. Okay. Hold up. Who's here in the chat? Rodney, Amani, Great Filibuster, Antisocial, Sydney, Vern 85, Mellow Bird, Southeast Dusty, Duce Daily, Kenny, DT Charm, Nevia, Shantia, Indigo, True, Sharif, Zombie, Nweezy, Jeremiah, Nick, 25 Kid, Spaz, Nick, Hugo, Joseph, Dion, Black Cass, Steven, Nicholas, Mike J, Black Introvert, Dominic, what's good? Like the stream, people. And if there's any buffering, let me know. Now, this topic can kind of actually fit into what I spoke about. But I want to speak on something else first. I'm noticing that there's a rapper called Cupcake, right? She's known for being the do anything for attention female rapper, right? Cupcake. She's making diss tracks to all these other female rappers. And Sukihana decided to respond to her, right? And this is what rap has come to, okay? This is what rap has come to, man. You got two thought rappers going at it. What's good, GT? Ramir, what's up? None. This is what we've come to in hip-hop. But they got to get attention any way they can, right? Just like we're going to talk about here with Amara La Negra. And the struggle of female entertainers. Cupcake is a female. Y'all should go on Twitter, man. Go look up her videos on YouTube. Go look up her videos, man. But hold on, let's see. All right. Yes, Sukihana raps. Yes, she does rap. That's why people called her out for those videos from OnlyFans and some of the stuff she was doing. Because she's a quote-unquote female rapper. But that's what the music business has become, man. It's an online attention-seeking venture, man. Let's see how many people you can get to like your posts or share it. So you have to do whatever it takes. You know, that those are the people that may become the customer base. You know, they the support base. You know. But again, this particular stream was sort of inspired a little bit by this tweet here. This tweet right here actually inspired the discussion I'm going to have today on the show. And this from Marla Negra. Now, this is actually from a month ago, but I got wind of it today. And in the tweet, now, for those of you who don't know who she is, Marla Negra, she was on Love and Hip Hop Miami. She's an Afro-Latina. She has talked about the colorism in the, where she's from and how it affects her career, beauty standards, But if you look closely at her music, look at the guys that is the love interest and look at she even did a video where she was playing the side piece to the married man. So, it is what it is. But she said in her tweet, sometimes I wonder, should I act a little more hellish, thottish to succeed? She put succeed. Okay. Am I too nice, too safe, not controversial enough? Should I be more, effed up? F, more industry guys to be in all the blogs? Am I too boring? Should I be more dramatic? Not generalizing, everyone isn't the same. Now, I think I've said this before. I've talked about how there are a lot of women who aren't satisfied with where they are in life, and they will try to alter it one way or the other. And when I went on the Marla Negra's page, right, I noticed that she posted one of her latest videos. She did like a video, I guess, in her neighborhood, and she's literally dancing and twerking all in the streets. Now, I'm pretty sure that's not any Afro-Latina dance that I know of.
Amara is getting jealous of others and she crazy.
Thanks, Jaye. What's good, Ricky? Continue to like the stream for the people that's just coming in, all right? And she's dancing and twerking. It's like, that's a little bit different than what she was doing when she first came out. She was a Latina, and it's almost like she's very westernized. Again, I believe she's from Miami, so I would assume that. But you have women nowadays, man, and it's a shame. It's a shame. Because even with Amara, she's had her own issues with her self-esteem. You have a lot of low self-esteem women these days, man. And they think that it's all about beauty. It's all about who has the bigger assets, who has the lighter skin. And it's sad because a lot of these women are not satisfied with what they have already. They want to alter it. Just like I said in the stream yesterday, you got women that have, they're thick enough. You don't have to go and buy more thickness, but they feel the need to go and do it when they really don't even need to do it. But in their minds, they feel like they have to go and look like other women who are more successful than them. You got women that, they feel like they have to be more quote unquote thottish. You have to be more thottish. You don't. That's a choice that you make. And ultimately, a lot of these women make the choices that they make because they want to make those choices. And they cannot put that on everybody else. They want to. They want to say, hey, look at what they're doing. Look at what they're saying. So I just sort of just said I gave in and say I want to be a part of the group. Well, what about your own happiness? The fact that you haven't found your own happiness. The fact that you're leaning on other people to give you happiness. So you really have to look into that. Knowing that you're all late, this is a different topic. But stay Just just listen to me and you'll figure out everything. Now, the problem with a lot of these modern females is that they're all trying to be a little bit too much thottish, too thottish. And they wonder why it's these type of women that get married, and then there's these type of women that never get married. That's why you have women who are constantly drinking. You got women that are constantly in and out of relationships because they chose the path of thottism. They chose thottism over basically just being themselves and doing things in a way that they won't be put in a category. Because the thing is this: when you are a woman and you go to deep depths to get attention, right? Whether it be on social media, whether it be on the job, people are going to place you in a certain category. That's what they're going to put you as. And it's going to be very difficult for you to get your way out of that. But when you have women, especially women that are in their 20s, let's say early to mid 20s, you can't really tell them that. And that's why a lot of them are so confused. They don't know where they're going in life. And it's because they're following the lead of other women. They're looking at what she's doing and they want to do what she's doing because she's getting attention from guys. She could be getting attention just based off who she is. You might see one photo or video of her, acting a little bit crazy, but that may not be who she is. That's just another element of her personality. Now, let's look at the industry, right? Let's look at the industry. There's a reason why certain women are successful and others aren't. It's because of the media. It ain't because some black dude don't like your music and he's hating on you. No.
Hey JDB, here's my late fee.
Thanks, Liana. Appreciate the late fee. All right. I appreciate the late fee. But it's the media. The media is the factor in all of this. The thing with Meg Thee Stallion, right? The reason why Meg Thee Stallion is getting pushed is more to do with the agenda of the media. They need somebody to fill that void. It's like that Nicki Minaj type void. Amara, a couple years back, she thought she could have been the one to come in there and be put in that category, especially with her background. But it never worked out. She's just been relegated to just being reality TV. And that's not what she's wanted. But she has to understand, if the media has no plans for you, you're not going to get pushed. Meg Thee Stallion don't get pushed because of her music. Who is out here checking for Meg Thee Stallion's music? Yes, she's winning awards, but she's twerking in every video on her Instagram because she knows that's what's going to keep the eyeballs on her. She fits an agenda. You don't fit, Amar, what the media wants. And I don't care how much you twerk, and I don't care how thick you are, how big of ass you have. I don't care what these thirsty males in your comment sections may say. If the media has no plans for you, they're not going to push you. Therefore, you're not going to be seen as a big deal. You're not going to be seen as a big deal. You're going to get lost. And there's a lot of these young females over the years who thought they were going to be the one, and they never were. Do you know how many stripper rappers there were after Cardi B blew up? All these stripper rappers coming out of the woodworks thinking that they can be the next one, and they never were. So understand, if you're not fitting a certain agenda by the media, they just, once again, they have no plans for you. They have nothing for you. They're not going to promote you. They're not going to defend you. They're not going to protect your image in the media, even though you destroy your own image with the things that you do. They're not going to place, they're not going to go into spin control of the situation. Shout out to Osworld. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, man. These young girls have to deal with enough in their own situations, right? But then they have the older females that are setting a very bad example. But then they want to complain that all men want is to have relations with them. Can you believe that? They want to sit here and talk about how all we want is what's between a woman's legs, right? But look at how you present yourself. Look at how you present yourself. You present yourself in a thottish manner. And you as a grown adult who's probably over the age of 30 and 40, y'all know y'all got some of these women on social media with adult children, or some of them probably got grandkids, and they're setting the wrong example, not only for the women in their family, but from women other places who may come across their pages. And these women are out here promoting thottism, not understanding that you're going to give that girl the wrong motivation. But that's what happens when you have women who are broken, women with extreme bouts of low self-esteem. They just don't have no filler. They have no filter, no pun intended. They don't know how to control and contain their own thottish tendencies. So how are they going to tell anybody else, right? But they love to police when men hold them accountable. They love to do that. They love to talk about what's going on in everybody else's life. They only want to give advice when they want to tell other people how to live their life. But look at your life. Look at your life. Now, I'm gonna put this tweet back on the screen so y'all can get the gist of what I'm talking about. This is what she said. She feels like her career could use a boost. And people say, oh, she could have been joking, Jaye. Whatever. She feels like she has to go out there and be like the rest of these chicks who are doing the most for attention, not understanding they're being used. Look at Doja Cat. Who's checking for Doja Cat? But she wins R&B. When she win the R&B Singer of the Year recently, one of these award shows, which is a total joke. But again, they had to give her something because they have to continue to push her. Okay? It's all about fitting the narrative. Amara, you don't fit that. None of these other women who are trying to be the next Cardi B are fitting that. Look at Cardi B. She's a total puppet. Okay? She will do whatever they want her to do. Meg Thee Stallion, Lizzo. That's why, look, go to Lizzo's page. I mean, she's a total political puppet. She will do whatever they tell her. That's why they push her. Because one, she fits what they want in a stereotypical, overweight, melanated woman who can push this body positivity agenda for white Caucasian liberal women. But if you look at them, they're basically used to push certain narratives and agendas. And that's why they're getting pushed. You can't really do that, because for one, I will say this about Amara. She thinks mainly for herself. I don't think she's going to be puppeted like the rest of these chicks like that. And two, she doesn't really fit the American mainstream hip hop audience. She doesn't. She makes music. She makes music as an Afro-Latina. She doesn't necessarily go out here and make the same type of music that these other female rappers are or singers. So there are boxes that are just not being checked. And I think for her, it might be a good thing because you don't need to be more thottish. For what? For what exactly? So you can get a few more thirsty males in your comment section. So you can get a few rappers trying to hit you up. Do you really necessarily need that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Make sure y'all like the stream, man, if you haven't. Yeah, Cardi B barely makes music, but she gets pushed.
Amara is an insecure female who is still trying to figure out who she is and what her purpose is in life.
I agree with that, Abby. I agree. And that's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of these females with extreme low self-esteem. They don't know who they are. And when you add in the fact that she comes from a community that may have biases towards her because of how she looks, according to her now, that could really mess things up. You know, she's in America, but she's not necessarily an American. She wants to wear the natural hair, but then she wants to wear the weave. She is trying to figure out who she is, but she's not in a minority. There's a lot of young melanated women who don't know who they are. They're still trying to figure out who they are. They're still trying to. They're still trying. They're still trying to figure out who they are. But as far as being pushed by the lamestream media as an artist, that's just not going to happen because there's nothing that you can bring them that can actually fit any of the agendas that they're pushing. But a lot of these modern single females, they are just lost. They don't know where they're going. They just don't know what's going on. And it's sad because you have girls that are truly attractive. You're pretty, but inside, in their mind, they think they're ugly. They think they're ugly, which is why they will go and get surgery either on their face, or they will go and lighten their skin, or they will go and get, bigger faker tits, bigger faker ass when they really don't need it. They don't need any of that. But in their mind, they need that because they're looking at what's going on with other women. Why would you even want that same type of energy? Why would you want that type of energy around you? Why would you want a guy to like you because you thick or you light skin? Why would you even want that type of energy around you? There are many ways to improve yourself without trying to destroy who you are. And there's too many of these girls that are destroying who they are just so they can be like these other women. You don't know. These other women are look at Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion is an alcoholic. And some of you gonna say, well, she ain't no alcoholic, Jay. What you saying? You lying, man. Okay, how do you explain all these situations where she's drunk and she's doing something stupid? She's a drinker. She's an alcoholic. Wouldn't surprise me if she's popping pills. A lot of these chicks are. Cardi B is a surgery addict. She's addicted to surgery. A lot of them chicks are depressed. They have to get on social media and they have to basically show off their bodies in order to keep the attention of people because they know those people can go elsewhere. There's a lot of depressed women out here. I'm not saying that there aren't men that aren't depressed or mentally unstable. We all know that. If y'all seen my show the other day, you know exactly what I mean. But let's talk about the fact that these women are being led astray. The older women have completely abandoned them. The older women ain't even trying to impart wisdom in them. All older women do with younger women is try to cop block them. That's all they do. All they do is try to, especially if these younger females are getting the attention of the men they want. That's the only time you see these women step in and say something, or some type of wisdom to these younger females. But other than that, they're too busy trying to compete with those younger females. And they're not imparting wisdom into them. So we have to look at what's going on in the world. These women are mentally unstable. Y'all may think they're living a good life. Y'all may think that they're, making money or happy. No, these women are miserable because they have to get up every day to figure out how they're going to keep the attention of the people that follow them. So they go and they get the surgeries. They get into a relationship with some dysfunctional rapper. Anything to get people talking about. Y'all think they hate when people talk about it? They actually like that because they know that, okay, people are actually still trying to see what's going on with me. That's why these conversations are needed. We have to get to the mental aspect. These people are mentally screwed up. They're mentally screwed up. Something's wrong with them. I don't care how they try to put on a brave fake face. These people are hurting.
Yeah, Jaye.
Appreciate that, Kyle. These people are hurting, man. And getting in and out of relationships is not going to solve that. It's only going to make things worse because you're just going to have another body on you. Okay? You're going to have another failed experiment, which that relationship probably was. Make sure y'all continue to like the stream. There's a lot of just dysfunction going on. You got women mutilating themselves. I mean, look at K. Michelle. I mean, have y'all seen those recent pictures of her? I mean, she's having more than work done on her body. Unless that was just lighting. I mean, come on. Something is mentally wrong with the modern day female. Something's wrong with them. They are depressed. They're hooked on alcohol and pills and cocaine. Yes, cocaine. They have so much going on. And what's unfortunate is that these people have children. They have children. Just like with the Instagram model I spoke about on last night's stream, she has a daughter, a young daughter. She has a young daughter. And now that daughter's without a mother because her mother decided to go and get her body carved up without I would say against the wishes of American doctors. She just had a live-giving injections. That's crazy. Annette, go look it up on Twitter. Look up K. Michelle. You'll see it. This stream ain't about her. That's why I'm not putting up any pictures or photos of her. I just won't. Listen, y'all got to understand. When you have a bunch of unhappy women, they make everybody else's life miserable. And that's something we all don't want. We all don't want to have to deal with an unhappy woman. How many of us have worked with unhappy women at the workplace? I mean, they just come to work mad and angry about something, and you have to work either with them in an office or you're working for them. They're a supervisor. They're a manager. And you have to work under these people for 8 hours every day, Monday through Friday. You can't wait to leave on Friday because you done dealt with 5 days of this crazy, mentally unstable woman who's probably getting hands put on her by her husband or boyfriend. And they bring all that anger and frustration to work. And they go at and go off on everybody in the workplace. You know why? Because that woman is miserable. And she wants everybody to be just as miserable as she is. Now, when it comes to women on social media, because social media is people's lives. They live on social media. They wake up. They don't check their text messages. They check their Instagram mentions and DMs. That's what they check first, you know. So when we have to, as people, especially us as men, when we have to look at women that we're interested in, right? There are guys, they're just not going to be out here trying to approach different women like that. But let's say we know of a female on Facebook or Instagram, we hit her up or not. Maybe we just flirt a little bit here and there and she hits us up. It happens, you know. A female gets used to seeing you, you never know what will happen. Anyway, you think you have an idea of her until you're around her. Then you realize that was all a facade, right? Because there are some women that will pretend to be decent, but really, they're women that they have a way of basically making people not want to be around them. So we have those elements. You know, I'm not saying that every woman that's twerking on social media is a bad person. I'm not saying that. But that's why, again, you have people who have a certain perception out there and they're put in a certain category. And it's up to us as individuals to understand the differences, right? Now, I know that there are women that they're overtly sexual. So they will do overtly sexual things like dancing or posting certain pictures. It is what it is. I'm indifferent to it, right? But in order to get the attention of the guys that you want, you don't have to go that far. I'm pretty sure we've all been out and about and we've seen women who weren't, you know, dressed like slores, who we thought was cute, nice body, but they weren't dressed like slores, right? A lot of us guys have seen that. But what happens with social media is you have girls who may not get approached like that. They may not get attention from guys, and they're wondering what's going on, especially from the guys that they want. Let's make that clear. It's guys that they want. So they go and they look at all these other women and what they're doing. They're looking at the comments, looking at the likes, and they want to mirror that in order to get that reaction or response, especially if these women end up dating some dysfunctional rapper or some married athlete. Then they want to mirror that, not understanding that it's their own terrible choosing habits as to why they are single and is why they feel like they have to go through these depths in order to get the attention of men. It's because they have not tried to change who they are to attract the type of energy that's going to be better for them long term. They, for the most part, they're not interested in what's attracted to them. So they want to go and do different things in order to attract the type of guys that they want. Because I'm sure that there are women that will tell you every day they get approached, right? But it's usually not by the guys that they want or interested in. That's what they're not going to tell you. A lot of women get approached, especially if they are attractive. They say they're not, they're lying. It's usually the guys that approach them are not guys they're interested in. Because women can be very picky, especially when it comes to looks and height. But they won't say that, but that's the reality. That's the reality. Now, you can say that's false all you want to, but you know that's true. Listen, man. I literally seen a dude approach a chick at a store, right? And she literally about ran out the store.
Women will sell their souls to buy some attention. Whale, full score, full score, full score.
Appreciate that, I hustle. I might have told the story before. He didn't approach her in no bad way. Dude was with his son. So it wasn't like he was threatening in any way. But he was trying to talk to her. And she basically sort of just strolled out of the store and hurried and got into a car with her. I guess that was a friend or a sister one, knowing full well she ain't got no man. Probably stuck on her ex or somebody's side piece, because the side pieces are very loyal. I don't care what nobody say. The side piece is extremely loyal. All right?
The best relationships are when you're with someone that wants you as much as you want them. But today's women chat dudes that blatantly reject them.
Thanks, AJ. That's why I tell guys, man, deal with who wants to deal with you. I know some of these guys feel like they should just go and be with anybody, but you're going to end up with somebody that's going to resent you, that's going to be disrespectful towards you because she really don't like you like that. You may have been somebody of convenience for them, and you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be the convenience guy, you know? But I just look at that and I shake my head. And no, this wasn't like a, you know, the dude looked like a basketball player. But even he couldn't get no play from this chick. And the chick is not even that attractive. Let's just be real. Now she is, who does she look like, by the way? I actually have a picture I found. It looked just like her. Same thing that she was wearing that day too. It was a random picture. I don't know. I was just Googling. I was looking for, but who does she look like? She looked like Snoop Dogg's daughter. Anybody seen how Snoop Dogg's daughter looked? That's how the chick looked. So when I hear these darker complected females talking about how nobody's approaching them, nobody wants them, that's a lie. Okay? That's a lie. It's because it was somebody that they didn't want. No, not Lizzo. It was the girl looked like Snoop Dogg's daughter, but just a little bit slimmer. A little bit slimmer. But darker skin, but a little slimmer than Snoop's daughter. Y'all can go look up. Or Reginae. She kind of looked like Reginae. She looked like a darker complected Reginae. That's how she looked. Right? So again, we know that women get approached, but it's not by who they want. It's usually because they probably somebody's side chick, or they're probably, chasing after some dude that don't really want them like that. Right? Because there are women who are more comfortable. They're more comfortable chasing. They're not comfortable being approached. They're more comfortable chasing. So a lot of times you're going to have women who are going to be single, and it seems like, nobody wants it. That's a lie, people. So you got males who will date anybody. Again, I remember I was leaving the store parking lot. I seen this dude with this chick. This was a big woman. Big old chick, right? And she had a young kid with her, and she was with this dude. This dude literally looked like he just got out of state prison. Dude was tatted up, swole, and he's walking next to this big old female. When I say big, I mean big. Okay? But that was his chick. That was his chick. So we know that there are guys that they will date whomever they might be attracted to. You'd be surprised what some of these dudes are attracted to. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised who these dudes are attracted to. Who they end up dating and having children with. So again, a lot of you ladies do not have to be thottish to get the attention of men. To me, that is BS. That's you wanting to be thottish. You want that. You know, that's something that you want. You know, it's not like you feel like you have to do that, because you don't have to do anything. You do it because you choose to.
Women complain about black men not liking them, but we want to be with them. However, they make themselves undesirable and go elsewhere as a result.
Yep, they do that. There are black men that want to be with black women. I don't care what nobody says. Why do you think there are black men who are passionate about speaking on what's going on with black women? If black men didn't care, they wouldn't speak on it, period. Men who don't care will not talk about certain things. Why do you think people talk about politics? Because they're passionate about politics. They feel like their ideas is how they want the country to be, who they want in their elected officials. The same could be said for the women that men want to date. We're passionate about what we speak about because we actually do care. Because if we didn't care, we wouldn't talk about it. We wouldn't talk about it. Why would we talk about something if we have no caring about it whatsoever? That doesn't make any sense. Whatever we are passionate about is what we truly care about. Because there are melanated men that want to see melanated women do better. We do. But it's up to them. It's up to them to make those changes. Because a lot of melanated men do have options, whether y'all want to hear that or not. Melanated men have options. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Do have options. Now, are there guys that will complain just to complain about melanated women? Yeah. And usually those guys, they have an axe to grind. You can talk about something without being stuck on it or not being obsessed with it, and then saying things just to be heard. You know? Make sure y'all like the stream. Shout out to everybody that's here on this Friday. How long have I been streaming? Okay. All right. Let's try this. I may take a phone call or two. See if anybody will call in real quick. Shout out to everybody that's here, even the people that disagree. You know, this is where you sort of convert people to your point of view, is when they disagree. You know, they usually come to their senses when they hear your logic. I think women get approached a lot more than they want to say, because to them, if they don't like you, they put you in the category of men they don't like. So therefore, it didn't matter. But you blocking your blessings. I'll tell you that right now. If you think Mr. Perfect is going to come along and he's going to sweep you off your feet and he's going to give you that life you want, that's not going to happen for the majority of women. A lot of you females need to be aggressive in trying to figure out exactly what you want and identifying it in men. Because if you don't learn how to do that in a fast, quick manner, you're going to end up being used up, and your best years being used up, and basically missing out on decent guys. You know how many stories I hear about guys getting contacted by women that didn't want them when they were in their prime, when those women are older and they have children and they're lonely. Now all of a sudden they want to hit up the guys that they didn't want. You know how many stories you hear about that? It's because a lot of these females eventually figure out, I messed up. But by then, it's too late. That guy doesn't want you anymore. You don't look the same. You know, you got a whole family with you. That dude is like, nah. You know, you're lost. Now, some guys will go and they will fly in with the cape, ready to save the day, ready to hop in there and be a father figure to the children and be a husband to her. It's like, okay, man. She didn't want you years before, bro. You weren't good enough for her. But, you're good enough for her now because she ain't got nobody else. She been single for about 5 or 6 years. She been single for about 5 or 6 years. She been quote unquote celibate. She's been going on dates, but that hasn't worked out because none of those guys really took her seriously. But you're willing to take her seriously. How many of us have gotten messages from chicks from years ago? We ain't even been thinking about them. They hitting us up out the blue. And you got to think for yourself, who? You got to think for yourself, who? Profile picture look different. Name might be different too. Might have changed the last name, whatnot. And we're getting hit up out the blue by these particular females. We're wondering, who is these? Who is these calling us? Hitting us up. You know, and we like, oh. And then all those feelings come back. Man, this heifer broke up with me, or this heifer ignored me. Now all of a sudden she sending like 2-paragraph messages telling you about her life. Like you about to sit there and read that. Like who gonna sit there and read that from somebody they ain't heard from about 10 years? Yeah, they'd be like, hey, how's everything going? You like, what? Like, what? Hold up, I haven't heard. Look, I sent you the last message. You ain't never responded. I sent you the last message and you ain't responded in 10 years. I thought you wasn't on Facebook. Not only is she on Facebook, that Facebook has been used a lot. Tell you, man, that's happening to dudes all around me. I bet you, especially during this quarantine, spring and summer, I bet you all these dudes been getting hit up by these exes. Out of the blue. You're like, who is this? Like 10 years later, you finally responded to my message that you left on red? Man, come on, man. Hey, we should get together. Get together? What you ain't even answer my question. You ain't even answer my question. What are you talking about? But you want to get together. Get together and talk about what? We gonna talk about you not answering my message? Like, I didn't get no answer. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, it's like, hey, then you be like, hi. Like, man, come on, man.
LMAO Dr. Moist Watkins.
Okay, all right, Ronnie. Listen, man. Listen, I don't want people's names in my chat like that, man. I appreciate that, Ronnie, but come on, man. Shout out to boys, man. Shout out to boys, man. But shout out to boys. But I mean, I've heard some stories, okay? Ronnie and others. We've all heard stories of these guys getting contacted by women, out of the blue, or when these women are like, they're done playing games. Y'all know, y'all ever see a woman will talk about how she's done playing games. I'm done with the game. I'm done with the drama. It's usually because they done been in so many dysfunctional relationships. They put that out there just to sort of throw you off as to the fact that they are very dysfunctional themselves and they date dysfunctional men. Like is like, and they like those dysfunctional males. That's what they like. They don't mind getting with a guy who will cuss them out, be disrespectful to them, probably even smack them around, they're okay with that as long as he's their boyfriend. You know? So I want y'all to understand, listen, we all live the lives that we want to live, but we also make choices that are going to hinder us. Yes, we can have fun in our 20s, right? But once we get into our 30s, we have to start taking things seriously. But the problem is so many people play games for years. To the time they done left high school, to the time that they're hitting 40, they still clubbing. They're still in and out of dysfunctional relationships. And they still are confused as to who they are. And they only want to change once they get into their 40s and the children got a little older. They done been single for about 4 or 5 years. That's when they want to change. You should want to change well before that, because I would rather enjoy a relationship when I'm young instead of when I'm old. I'm just saying, because of all the things you can go and you can do with your significant other. Once you're older, let's say you got kids too, you sort of settled. You're not really trying to have fun like that. I'm not saying with all older people, but there are those that they ain't want to have fun like that. They don't want to go do certain things. They don't want to try different things. They want to go out here and just be at home watching reality TV, If you want a relationship, you want to have fun in that relationship. You want to build memories. How can you build memories when you're both about 50? I mean, you can still build some, but come on, man. You want to have fun, man. You want to travel. You want to be able to go to different states, different countries. You want to be able to experience things, build memories, Document your life together. Start from zero. But you can't, because you wasted your best years on lames. I don't care if you think he has swag. I don't care if you think he gangster. He's a lame, because at the end of the day, he didn't do anything for you or produce anything for you. You can't get him to pay child support. You know why? Because he's spending his money on his new chick. So, again, I want you ladies to understand time is winding up. What you gonna do? I know you think that because you're in your 20s, you're looking good, you're getting all these compliments, you think you're gonna have that look forever, that all these men are just gonna want you forever. That's not how it works. Because there's always gonna be another female that comes behind you that's gonna get way more attention than you. They're gonna get more opportunities. And you know why? Because they're going to be a lot more socially intelligent than you. They're going to utilize their looks to benefit them. A lot of women have looks, but they don't have the brains to match, and they end up being manipulated and played, being used up, tossed away. Then they become bitter, angry, religious. They all about the church. They want to devote their life to God. You should devote your life to betterment of self, to making yourself happy. You're supposed to settle down by the time you are, I would say, going into your 40s, even your 50s, whatever. You shouldn't be wondering, when can I find a new man? You should wonder, what are we going to do as far as retirement? You should be focusing on retiring with your better half, not still on dating websites or on social media trying to thirst trap your way into a relationship. Because unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of you older women trying to thirst trap your way into a relationship. That's not going to happen either. It's over. It's a wrap. Yeah, y'all see them. These chicks is out here with adult children, grandchildren, still trying to thirst trap their way into a relationship. You got chicks, man, they just lost. Like they think that they're gonna reel a guy in just off of their pictures and videos, and the guy's gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna marry you. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that, you know? Don't work like that. It's a wrap. It's over. It's over. It's over. You done wasted your best years on lame ass coons, and that's what I'm gonna call them. I just had to say that. I just wanted to say that real quick. That was on my mind. I was upset. Lame ass coons. You know, these guys ain't good for nobody, man. And you're attracted to them. Y'all got to understand. There are women that are attracted to dusty males. They are attracted to them. That's why they're on social media trying to distance themselves. But at the end of the day, if that dude hits that phone up, he's going to get some. He's going to get some. Because there are women that like that. I don't care if she's in corporate America. I don't care if she works at McDonald's. There is a segment of males that will always be able to sleep with these women, no matter how much money they make, no matter how they look. And these are the guys they claim are the dusty beta males. But y'all are giving it up to the dusty beta males every opportunity that these guys want. But y'all want to get on social media and you want to distance yourself from them. No. You can't do that, because we all know in reality, you're still dealing with these guys. You're still having relations with these guys. By the way, whenever these guys want it. And you're still saving a part of yourself for these guys who are doing nothing more than taking what they can get. You know. But you're on YouTube and social media trying to call people dusty and beta males. That's the type of men y'all like, though. Y'all like these dusty beta males. Y'all like to take care of them and give them an allowance, let them drive your car when you at work. We know what y'all do. We know how y'all do, man. I know dudes who get taken. I know of some dudes that have gotten taken care of by women, man. And it ain't that hard for them to be able to do it, because the women allow them to do it. Meanwhile, they're still impregnating other women. All right? They're still out here sleeping with other women. All you can do is kick them out the house. Now, depending on how many women that have their own place, he may not even care. We need to stop. We need to end all this dusty talk, man. Y'all love them dusties. The dusty males are winning. If you look at the type of males these women are with, look who they with. I mean, it just tells you everything you need to know about them. How come every one of these women have a story about dealing with a dusty male? You know why? Because that's what they like. They're attracted to it. They're attracted to it. Look at a woman's actions. Don't look at her words. Don't listen to her words. Look at her actions. What does her actions say? Her actions is going to be different than them words. A lot of you ladies, especially women who are, you're still in your prime, looks wise, you still have a lot of life to be lived. You better be very careful of the type of men that you would attach yourself to, because that type of guy, if he has an addictive personality, he's going to attach himself to you, and you're never going to be able to let him go. You know why? Because one, you're attracted to that type of person. And two, once they get their hooks into you, there's no getting them away from you. The dusty males are out here winning, and y'all can't convince me otherwise. Because you wouldn't have so many women trying to rewire their minds. Why are you trying to rewire your minds? Get therapy. Try to figure out what's best interest of you. A lot of these women are broken, and they're hurting. They're hurt, they're broken, and they just don't understand why. Well, I'm going to tell you why. You have an attraction to the worst of the worst. Y'all can't say it's because I'm looking for security. These dudes don't even know how to fight. So how are they going to protect you? Most of these dudes can't even fight. So how are you with them for protection? They can't even protect themselves. So you need to keep a distance from any guy that you see is going to be a hindrance on your future. And it's bringing absolutely nothing to your life except for misery, pain, and pills that you're going to get addicted to. I'm telling you, man, you have to work on yourself. Why are women attracted to men that are broke? And we can't say as looks, because not every dude that you may be attracted to is broke.
Dusty males are winning. LMAO.
Appreciate that, Terry. That man, these dudes out here winning, man. Look at the women on social media talking about they want a sugar daddy. You got women in their 20s talking about they're tired of dealing with broke dudes. Why are you dealing with broke dudes anyway? Excuse me. Why are you dealing with broke males in the first place? If he ain't got no house, he ain't got no car, you shouldn't be giving him no play whatsoever. But you giving him play because that's what you like. You like a destitute beta male. That's what you like. A destitute beta male that can dress a little bit. Or has swag. I don't know how broke dudes have swag, but I guess they do. You know, I thought swag come from being successful, not being a broke, dusty lame. But that's what's going on out here. You got swag or you broke. Come on, man. Y'all giving these dudes play and y'all build their confidence. You got to understand, when you're giving yourself to a guy who has nothing in life, you build his confidence to be able to approach and try to get women no matter what their station in life is. If you're a woman who's a business owner and you're having relations with a guy who's broke, a guy who really doesn't have a car, doesn't have his own place to stay, you're making it to where he's comfortable approaching any woman, no matter where she is in life, because he knows if one can do it, a lot of them are going to do it. And that ends up being the case. Y'all are giving play to guys that don't even have a car. Do you know how that crazy it is? And it's not the young guys. It's these males that are over the age of 40.
DWO Dusty World Order.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you what's going on out here. Shout out to Moneybags, the cash out. Jermaine, appreciate that. The 5. I just want to know how you as a woman can get any type of pleasure out of giving relations to a guy that needs a ride back and forth from your place. How are you giving him any of your time? And then you get on social media and try to lump all of us in the same category. No. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. I refuse to be put in that category. We need answers, ladies. All you ladies talking about you leveling up, you want to exercise your options. Why don't you explain how you are giving play to guys who need a ride back and forth to your house? You want to get like a hotel room, a motel room with this dude, but he can't even pay half on that. You have to pay everything on that. And you're giving these guys play. I don't get it. I would never understand that. Does he remind you of your exes in high school? Because again, that just shows you the mentality of a woman. You know, she's willing to date a guy who reminds her of the type of guy she liked in high school. Well, that's high school. If you're in your 30s and 40s, that needs to stop ASAP, or it's going to destroy you. We need to talk about that. Before you utter one word on social media about men in general, we got to talk about the fact that you're not only sleeping with men, with these males that are broke and destitute, you're having children with them. You're having children with them. Those guys have swagger. Really? I've never in my life thought a dude that didn't have shit had swag. Now, again, you got the dudes, again, in high school that used to be able to dress and they have a certain attitude about them, or dudes you knew in the neighborhood had a certain attitude about them, right? They might have been dope boys or whatnot. But just if a dude, again, he ain't got no car, he ain't got no place to stay, he in child support hell, what can you do with that? And then you want to call this guy your boyfriend. Now, if it's a situation where you just sleeping with him, okay, whatever. But you're having children with these guys. You're claiming them as your boyfriends. You getting into it with family members over this dude. And this dude literally brings nothing to that relationship. Now, I know that there are women who get digmatized. So because they're digmatized, they will deal with this guy because they're digmatized. But you better figure out very early that you and put him in a category of his own. You know, don't be giving him access to your money. Don't give him access to your car. If it's just a dude that you're casually screwing, then maybe that's where you should leave it at. But if you're trying to domesticate this guy and you're trying to help him get employment, you're trying to help him with his child support, you're putting yourself in a very bad situation. Yeah.
Hello.
Yo, what's going on?
Hey, this is Mellow Bird.
What's up?
Hey, it's been a while. So, I'm gonna keep it quick. I've just been listening, and any women out there listening to this who are newer to the channel, just like really take it in for what it is, because I'm not gonna say who it was, but I watched someone in my life grow up. Not me. I'm grown up, but I watched them date this man.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh. Oh man.
And this lady's still dating him on the side.
Wow.
And it's been about 20 years now.
Jeez.
And still no ring.
Still no ring, huh?
So yeah, and it breaks families apart really bad.
Yeah, and that's why, again, when you out here sharing these guys, man, these guys know that they're gonna take advantage of the situation, but they don't have to give you no commitment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a car, but he didn't have a house. And ever since I've known him, no house. Actually, I think he recently just got an apartment. But this guy's like going on 60.
Sheesh.
Yeah. So I watched that growing up, and I said, I'm not going to be like that. That's just really sad.
It is.
It's really, really pitiful.
Those women don't think they have any options, so they deal with what they deal with. It's just sad.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all I had to say.
All right, Mellow Bird. Appreciate the call, all right?
Mm-hmm. Bye-bye.
Bye. Shout out to her. Yeah, man, these dudes. I fixed the audio. It did go out a little bit because I was adjusting it. She basically said that she knew someone who went back and forth between two women whenever it suited him. And he didn't really have much stuff for a car. And he later on got a place to stay, even though he's like 60. So you got these boomers who, ain't doing it either. Yeah, I mean, listen. Let me tell you, ain't shit men goes deep. It goes deep. It ain't just the Gen Xers or the millennials. You got these boomers that are out here failing heavy too. They're failing at an alarming. They've been failing for years. They've been failing for decades. A generation of failing.
Stay dropping the truth, Jaye. Okay, sign.
Hey man, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Oakland. All right. Yeah, these baby boomers are just as weird and crazy too. I mean, look at what's going on politically. The main people who are making a mess of things are boomers, and we're left as myself, a millennial, and other millennials and some Gen Xers. We're left to fix their mess. We're left to fix their mess, man. But let me also say this too to the level up crowd. I know some of y'all be watching, okay? I know who you follow on this platform, others as well. You ladies will never level up until you let go of the dusty Dizzick. Because I know a lot of y'all can't. Y'all get on social media, y'all say one thing, but we all know who you calling at night. We all know. We all know this. We all know who's living with you because you're not living with them. You need to make a lifestyle change, and you need to get maybe some therapy, maybe have a talk with your family, try to figure out those underlying issues, because if you don't, you're going to continue to repeat the same behavior and nothing will be altered. Nothing will be changed. Instead of blaming all men, especially all melanated men, a lot of you melanated women got to do the work in figuring out your problems. You know, maybe you need to sit down and chill, get off the phone and really do some thinking. Because these problems don't go away overnight, but it does take work. But if you're with people who are doing nothing but destroying your self-esteem, why would you want that? Why would you want that? Why would you want to be with somebody that destroys your self-esteem? How are you aroused by that? Because I don't think men would be aroused by a woman just, continuously disrespecting them and trying to emasculate them. Now, you got some males that like that. You got some of these emasculated males who they like when their woman talks shit to them and treats them, like they're less than. A lot of these guys, you got some guys that are just mentally sick and they're weirdos. And they do not deserve any respect from me or any of you. That's why the women they're with don't respect them. Those women are actively cheating on them and they don't even know it. When I see these emasculated males, on social media and try to be defenders of women around the world, even when they're in relationships with women who do what we say that women do, doing it to them, it just shows me, man, you're a tool of this woman. You're used to attack other men. Meanwhile, you're emasculated. You're weak. You're not strong. Your woman is stronger than you. When I want to have a conversation with, let's say if they're married as a couple, I'm gonna speak to your wife. I'm not speaking to you. Because some of you guys just don't command any respect whatsoever. So I speak to your woman, not you. We do have that. We do have these emasculated males. And I see these guys, it's so funny. These emasculated males think because they may have been in the streets, or they think because they've gotten all these other women that somehow they know women. Well, obviously you don't know your woman because your woman doesn't respect you. Other people don't really respect you, It's all a facade. You know how you can see a guy, right? When you come into a room They don't want to make eye contact. Their body language is shoulder slumped over or slumped. Their woman shows more testosterone than they do. Hey, level up women. Let me tell you something. You can't level up if you still dealing with the same males you always deal with. You see, us as men, we make a choice. If we're tired of dealing with this type of woman, you know what we do? We change it. We either change our location or we change the type of women we deal with. I've seen that a lot. I've seen a guy date this type of woman and then he'll get tired of that and he'll just date a completely different woman and have a completely different life because he decided I may be attracted to that type of woman, but I don't want that type of woman anymore. So I'm going to make the changes so I can avoid being in a messy, drama-filled relationship, right? But I noticed there are women that can't do that. They have to have what they like. They like what they like, right? But a lot of you level up women, that's not true. Y'all say y'all want different, but, you know, you don't really do better. Monet, you can disagree. I'm pretty sure you disagree. You've been disagreeing since you've been here. So that's not a surprise. There are women who just don't like what I'm having to say. They may hate it. They may say he don't know what he's talking about. If some woman must have hurt you. Don't you have women in your family? Woman bashing. You need to get different women. You know what they say? Somebody must have hurt you. You know, you got black women in your family. Like you already know what they're going to say when they say it. But shout out to everybody that said, man, just do better, man. Just do better. Nobody's in control of your self-esteem except you. Except you. You are in control of your self-esteem at the end of the day. If you've wasted 20 years of your life in failed relationships and you have not once tried to look yourself in the mirror, then you can't point the finger of blame. You have to look in the mirror eventually because you're going to have to. One day, a lot of you females that are out here playing games and are not taking your dating life seriously, or you will once you've been alone, once you realize that you're not that chick that you used to be, you're going to see just how savage life could truly be. And also how lonely it can truly be. And Daigo, absolutely, I love when they say, who hurt you? Somebody must have hurt you. They love saying that. Who hurt you? Must have hurt you. Or they'll be like, I'm praying for you. They always think somebody hurt you. Now, I can do the reverse and that actually be accurate because we all know that when you see women get on social media going at us as black men or men in general, melanated men or non-melanated men, they were hurt. They were literally hurt. You could tell. They were hurt. You can see it. You can sense it. You know, they were definitely hurt. Something's wrong there. Nay, I think somebody hurt you. I think you're hurt. Jaye is pronounced indigo. Okay. Listen, I told y'all I'm not the best with names. Man. I'm not the best with names. I appreciate it. You telling me though. I'm not the best with names. I'm not the best with names. Y'all know I mispronounce names all the time. It's a flaw. I'm flawed. I'm a flawed person. What can I say? Nobody's perfect. Jesus wasn't perfect. You've been hurt by a black woman. No, black women around me have actually treated me very well. So I can't say I've been hurt by a black woman. I think black women have annoyed me. I've been pissed off at black women, but never to a degree that but after about a couple days, I'm usually over it. After a day or two, I'm over it. Unless it's a situation where I don't fuck with you no more. Like if you're a black woman and you do some dumb shit and I don't fuck with you no more, then that's it. That's over. It's a wrap. You're forgotten about. I have done that. I have kicked black heifers to the curb and say I don't want to deal with you no more. But after that, I don't really think about it. But somebody hurt you nice. You're hurting. And you know what's crazy? It's Friday, so I'm pretty sure, you got an active social life, right? I'm pretty sure Nate has an active social life. Probably got a lot to do. You're gonna do this weekend. Probably got a special guy, or you're married. Because most of these chicks, they always claim they married, right? They always claim it. They never single. They always married. They never single, but they always married, right? That usually what they say, man. But why y'all always think somebody hurt us, man? Why does it always go to the somebody hurt you, Jane? They go straight to who hurt you. Nobody hurt me. They didn't think you lying when you said. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. Yeah, who hurt you? That needs to be that needs to become like a show. Who hurt you? When we talk about, people having their feelings hurt, and we get into the bottom of who hurt you. You always want to talk about you being hurt as a man. No, I'm just being honest. I know that hurts. I know honesty hurts. Honesty hurts them a lot. That honesty be having them tripping. But honesty is needed. A lot of you melanated women, especially, you need honesty now more than ever because you being lied to. You're being played. You're being used. Like, I know some of you are used to being used, so maybe it ain't a big deal to you. But there are those that they don't want to be used anymore. They don't want to be lied to, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that they understand that the truth is out here. And you don't have to be played and manipulated and clowned by these clowns. Because that's what goes on when you get lied to. You're actually being clowned. That's what's going on out here. But nonetheless, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. This has been a very good stream. Make sure that y'all like the stream. And I appreciate everybody who super chatted. You could also still contribute to the show once it's off the live stream, which has happened frequently. I appreciate that. I'm going to be as authentic as possible. Whether people's actual feelings are hurt. But listen, women listen to me. And there's some that don't. And that's just life. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let's see. Yeah, hashtag who hurt you. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hold on. All right. This has been a good show. I will be back probably Monday, but I'll still post videos up this weekend. Absolutely, Baruto. Black men definitely don't cheat. We loyal out here. Listen, I know what the propaganda says, but there are black men that are not cheating. There are black men that are not cheating. Your hashtag who hurt you. Shout out to the Jaw 15. Forget what the propaganda says. There are black men out here being loyal. But y'all keep skipping past them and going to the guys that got like 8 baby mamas. Y'all really think they gonna be loyal? Y'all really think the dudes with the 8 baby mamas gonna be loyal? They ain't loyal to themselves. They spreading their seed vastly throughout the land. So why do you think that they're gonna just be loyal all of a sudden to you? That just ain't gonna happen. And I wish I could tell you something different, but I can't. I can't tell you anything different. But shout out to everybody that's here. Nonetheless. All right. Yeah, who hurt you? We need to. I might have to put that on the shirt. Who hurt you? That'll be a good conversation starter. Who hurt you? Somebody must have hurt you. Your mother's black. Your family's black. Your shoes are black. Yeah, like black men are out here being loyal. We out here being loyal. We out here being, there are black men being faithful too. So, I mean, that's the propaganda they're putting out here. Don't believe a word of it. Don't believe a word of it. It's just propaganda. They're just trying to make us look bad. They've been trying to make us look bad for a long time, man. We are being loyal and we are being faithful to the women that we choose. Now, jump offs and, women that we have casual situations with, I mean, that's not relationships. I mean, having a casual fling with a woman is not a relationship. So if you're dealing with other women outside of that, I mean, you're not necessarily in a relationship. There's a lot of females in casual situationships, a lot of them. You're not in relationships. You ain't never been to his house. You never met his mother. Or if you did, it was on some, chess move type shit. It was a chess move, and you fell for it. That's what that was. But other than that, man, that's not a relation. That's a situationship. If you only talk to the dude 2-3 days a week, that's not a relationship. That's not a relationship. Let's stop the lie. We talking about relationships. We're talking about marriages, not situationships. Those are not relationships. Y'all are sharing if it's a situation. More than likely you're sharing. All right. We definitely ain't divorcing. We ain't trying to lead a situation. So if we with a woman, we with her. We're not trying to leave it. That ain't what we trying to do. All right. Okay, people, that's it for me. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. This has been a very good live stream. Hopefully, y'all have a very good weekend. Maybe some things planned, depending on what states you're in, because I know some of you are in states with terrible governorship. But nonetheless, hopefully, you're able to get out here and have fun and do some things. All right. All right, people. I'll see y'all on the next one. Shout out to the Star Wars fans who've been watching The Mandalorian. I'm probably going to watch it right after this. So thank you. And I'll see y'all later. All right. Have a good weekend.